So glad to have all of you guys that are with us here this evening. I got something kind of special. I'd like to do something different. I don't know that I've done this before with you guys, but I want to give you a challenge, and it's kind of an identity challenge. It's something that you kind of have to determine who you are. You have to determine, because most of the time we don't even know who we are. We say we do. We say we do. We know who exactly we are, and we'll even boast it. We'll say, I am a child of God. I got you. Yeah, yes, you are. But I don't really even think we understand that. That's even on the spiritual side. We don't understand that on the spiritual side. We we don't even understand ourselves on the natural side. Who am I? What do I like? What do I dislike? Most of the time, we only like things that we see other people liking. We're so easy. We are so easily blown over by what Hollywood or the media or somebody else tells us that we like or we don't like. And so I want to give you a challenge today. This will be fun. I'm going to talk to you about a favorites list. Now, some of you may have already known about this. Some of you may have gone through the class that I have. But the purpose in this favorites list is to help you decide what, not just what you like, but really it's kind of discover that you don't know yourself very well. You know, let me just give you an example, and this is kind of the one I always use with it, but what really sparked me to develop a favorites list. And what I mean by what do I like? What do I like to eat? What's my favorite place? What's my favorite music? Going like that. Someone asked me one time, they said, what's your favorite color? And sheesh, I don't know. I just, in just frustration, I said, well, I like all colors, which was not true. I don't like all colors. Well, I said I don't dislike them, but as far as my favorite color, I can't say all colors are my favorite color. But they just kept at me. Well, tell me, what is your favorite color? And finally, I thought about it, and I thought, well, blue is my favorite color. And then they came back with, and they asked me, they said, what color blue? Well, then that totally blew me out of the water, because not only was I unsure what my favorite color was, but I sure didn't know what my favorite shade of that color was. I'd never even thought about it before. That made me start thinking that there's a lot of things about me that I don't realize. There's a lot of things about me I don't know. And isn't that crazy? You would think by the time you get to my age and go through all the experiences that I've been through in life that I would know more about myself than I know. And boy, I'll tell you what, I just determined, wow, I don't know as much about me as I think. Sometimes we get so caught up in the study of other things and other people, and we don't even understand ourselves. I mean, think about that for just a few moments. I jotted down something here I wanted to share with you, because I was talking about the tactic that the enemy uses against your life. He did this against Eve and against Jesus. He cast doubt of who you are, and he cast doubt of what God said to you. See, whenever he was talking to Eve, he said, has God said? Well, that was a real question, getting you to question, what did God say to you? And then with Jesus, he said, if you are the Son of God. So that's the thing. That's the two areas of attack that comes against your life, is to cast doubt of who you are and to cast doubt of what God said to you. And so, we live our life basically, instead of acting, we spend our life reacting to things. You know what I'm saying? And so I want you to be a little more proactive. And I'm going to make this favorites list available. I'm going to see if I can put it on Facebook. If not, I'll just have to put it on my website, and you can go and download it from there. But what I want to do is I want to just read you some of the favorites list that I want you to take part in. And I'd like you to ask yourself about these. Okay? And this is just for fun. This is not rocket science. We're not trying to qualify or disqualify anybody. But this is for you to say, I know this about myself. I've done enough. Now somebody say, well, why would we need to know that? Because there's times when you need to make big decisions. And we vacillate so many times because we've never really made up our mind. And we end up choosing things that somebody else likes rather than what we like. I think that's one of the biggest downfalls in life is the fact that we get to where we can't even make a decision about what we like, what we wear, what we eat, where we go, what we enjoy. We end up always deferring to somebody else. And that's fine to defer, but I think it's not fine for you to say, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw down a bunch of things here. This is going to be different enough that you're going to have to bear with me here because I'm going to read you several of the things that are on this favorites list. And as I go through them, I want you to, now some of them will be easy for you, but some of them will just be things you haven't thought of before. Okay? These are my favorites list. Now here's what I've started on my favorites list. The first thing I put is, of course, this is, well, I guess it could be. It says, who are the 6 people that you would like to have dinner with? And not anybody, they could have lived, and I want to say beside Jesus, okay? I would like for you to be a little more interesting than that. Obviously, we would all say, yes, I'd love to have dinner with Jesus, but I don't want that. And you can go as far back in history as you want, or anybody in the world present. Who are the 6 people that you would like to have dinner with? You know, one of them that I mentioned was C.S. Lewis. I would love to have a conversation with him. I really would. In the present day, I'd love to have a conversation with Dennis Miller. I'd love to just sit down and just talk to him and just hear him think. You know, it's kind of like I heard concerning ministers one time. They said people don't come to hear you preach; they come to hear you think. Well, they're interested in that. But who are the 6 people that you would like to have dinner with? It's a good question, isn't it? Okay, favorite things. Now, I've got these in alphabetical order, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just want you to get the gist of it. Who is your favorite actor? What's your favorite animal? Who is your favorite author? Your favorite basketball team? Your favorite book? Your favorite male Bible character? Not Jesus, okay? Who's your favorite female Bible character? I think that's good. Your favorite camera? Have you thought about that? Your favorite camera? Favorite city? I found out that my favorite city, the one I enjoyed visiting so much, was London. I spent some time over there, and I'm just going to tell you something. I think it's so fascinating because of the history. They've got houses over there that people live in, and I'm not talking about castles. There's houses that that's older than our entire country. And so I was so fascinated by it. And so that London became my favorite city. My favorite drink, would you think it might be coffee for me? Absolutely. What's your favorite car? Favorite male comedian? Favorite female comedian? What's your favorite computer? Now, let me throw this out to you. Your favorite color? What is that? What's your favorite candy? Your favorite dessert? Your favorite dog? Your favorite drink? What is your favorite food? Think about that. Your favorite football player? Your favorite football team? Favorite foreign country? Your favorite game? Your favorite hobby? Favorite instrument? Favorite Jewish leader? Now see, that's something. Favorite music? Favorite music entertainer? Now, here's what I've got here. And this will, if you enjoy music at all, and this is what I did, because I put favorite musicians, but I put who's my favorite guitarist, my favorite pianist, my favorite drummer, my favorite violinist, trumpet player, cello player, my favorite bass player. I didn't want to just say what kind of music. Who's my favorite that I love to listen to? Because let me just tell you why this is important for you. Many times what this does, this allows you to be diversified. When you just like one thing, I think that's, I'm not saying it's unhealthy, but I'm just thinking you would be a lot better off by being a bit more diversified than you are. Your favorite movie soundtrack. Have you ever thought of that? I found my favorite movie soundtrack. I'm talking about the one that is just, I don't need the movie. I just turn that soundtrack on and I just love it. Your favorite nighttime television host, favorite orchestra, your favorite place. You know what I enjoyed as far as a favorite place, and it was the most tranquil place I'd ever been. I was in Alaska, and there is a you get on a ship and you go around what is called the Tracy Arm, and this goes around to the to the ice that's up there, and it's very cold. But sheesh, I'm going to tell you something. It is so tranquil. It is so peaceful, and that became one of my favorite places. You go favorite psalm, your favorite president, favorite restaurant. What's the favorite sandwich? Have you thought about that? What is your favorite sandwich? Well, I don't know. What do you think about that for just a few minutes? Favorite season and time of the year. Favorite state in the United States. What's your favorite shoes? Your favorite clothing line? Your favorite shirt? Your favorite singer, female? Favorite singer, male? Favorite song? Do you have a favorite song? Favorite street? Think about that. Now, that is in London, is where I found my favorite street. Your favorite tree? What's the tree that you love most? Favorite television series? The favorite tennis player? Now, favorite time of day, favorite vacation spot, and watch, the timepiece. What kind of watch do you like? Now, again, these are all, boy, these things are, you wouldn't think about it, and we just lightly go, yeah. I'm telling you, when I made myself sit down and answer each of these questions, it made me dig inside, not just to find intellectually what I thought, but what did I love? What did I like? Now, let me just throw you a little curveball here. I put, as far as music is concerned, I put my favorite song from every style of music. That was a little tougher for me. Now think about this. And there's a lot of different genres of music. There's blues, bluegrass, classical, country, gospel. So with blues, what's your favorite song that you like? Bluegrass. You remember those? Way back in the Beverly Hillbillies, that was a day when they used to have Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, and they did, bluegrass was really popular in those days. Well, you might say, well, I don't think I like any of that. No, I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is to find the favorite one. I want you to research bluegrass and find the song that you like best in bluegrass. Classical. A lot of people haven't even thought about classical music that much. And classical, I love classical. I do. Sometimes so many other songs, so much other music seems so surface. Just so surface. I mean, just almost you're just scratching as far as it goes. But classical is much, much broader, much deeper than that. So I went through and found my favorite classical song, my favorite country song, my favorite gospel song, jazz. Now I'm gonna hit you hard here. I want you to think about this. What's your favorite metal, heavy metal? You might say, I hate that. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I want you to find out which of all the music, there's thousands of songs in that genre of metal. Find one that you say, of all of them that I've heard, even though I may not love it, this is the best one I think that I like. This fits me best. Opera. Have you ever thought of finding something that? Of course, something we can all fit back to is rock or ragtime or funk or rap. You might say, I don't like rap. Well, there's a lot of different genres of rap. Find out what you like. Now, why have I said all of this? Is because I'm challenging you to reach beyond the little bubble that you live in and reach beyond and find things about yourself that you didn't know. This is a wonderful exercise, something that would be so good for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to list these on, I'm going to try to list them on just my Facebook to where you can, I'll probably just where you can copy and paste. But I would like to encourage you to take this challenge. Take this challenge. If the enemy, if his agenda is, like I said a while ago, is to get you to doubt who you are and what God said about you, then obviously who you are and what God said about you carries a lot more weight than we think it does. That's actually the gateway to the next level. You're going to have to learn some things about who you are and what you're doing. And again, I realize that you might say, well, this is just silly and whatever. I know, but there are some things that are silly that really makes you think beyond where you are. And so I want you to do this. I think it's very important, you know, what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. You know, I came up with what's my favorite suit, what's my favorite shirt, what's my favorite shoes. You know, I just came up with so many different things, and it made me research, but it made me say, yeah, I do like that. I mean, have you ever gone someplace to eat and maybe the food's a little outside just the meat and potatoes that you're used to, and you don't even know how to, you don't even know how to order, much less say, I think I want this. I encourage you to broaden your taste, broaden who you are, add some culture to your life. I think that's very important. Now later, what I'd like to do is I would like for you, the Bible said in Proverbs, it said that God's house is built on 7 pillars. And these are core values. I want to talk to you because I've got 7 or 8. I've added one, so I've got 8 core values that define who I am, what's important to me, what is the most important things in my life. Those are my core values, and I don't do anything that violates those things. As a matter of fact, as I have my core values clear, it helps most of my decisions are already made. Now, it will help you. I promise it'll help you. So this will be fun. You know, really, this will be fun, and I truly, truly believe you will enjoy it. It'll be something that will challenge you. If not on Facebook, you can look on my website. It's not on there yet, but I'm going to put it on there, jerryedmon.com, and you can, I'll have it listed to where you can just kind of either download or you can copy and paste. But I want you to do this. And once you do it, I'd like for you to contact me and let me know. Let me know if you're surprised at yourself. You know, that's, to me, that was such a special thing, as I was kind of surprised at the things that I liked and didn't like. You know, I have a bucket list. I think everybody should have a bucket list. Now, somebody say, why? Because a bucket list is a reflection of you, the diversity of you, because when God made you, He broke the mold. There ain't anybody else like you. There's not. Somebody says, well, if I'm not there, somebody can take my place. Well, they may be able to do what you did, but they will never be able to do it like you did or take your place. They will never be able to do that because you are that unique. And it's important that if we're going to realize that we are that unique, we need to understand who we are. If my decision making comes from the inside, then I got to know what I think about me. Does that make sense to you? So I've thrown out a lot of things. I really think this will help you. Please let me know what you think. You can leave a message. Even right now, you can leave a message, or you can send me a message. One of the two. Be sure and push like, push share, and subscribe. Deeply will be appreciated. So this was a little bit different. I hope you liked it. Seriously, this did so much for me. I hope you like it. I think it's a journey that will answer a lot of questions, make you laugh. I was going to say concerning the bucket list a while ago, I put down several things, because I thought, well, that would be cool to do that. One was skydiving, and I'd always thought I wanted to skydive. But I have some very dear friends, the Tompkins. They love to skydive. They love doing that. But when it came down to the situation of saying, do I want to jump out of a plane? I could truly say from my heart, no. I mean, it would be cool to say I did it. But when I stop and think, do I want to do that? I just got to tell you straight up, I have no desire to go jump out of a plane. That's just not there. Now, will I ever do it? I'm not saying I won't do it, but I can tell you, I can scratch that off of my bucket list because I don't want to do that. But I discovered that. Can I just tell you this real quickly? You don't decide who you are. You discover who you are. And it's an amazing discovery. It is. You are so fearfully and wonderfully made. And God gets the biggest thrill out of seeing you evolve and seeing you grow and to develop. And you should get that same challenge and that same thrill out of the ride. It's going to be wonderful. All right, I'm out of here. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being my friend. I love you guys. I mean that with all my heart. I'm so thankful for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Till then, God bless you. Talk to you later.